I'm doing this. I'm doing this on my own. But I'm gonna call Du Bois. Hello.
There we go.
Don't worry. Hold on. Why is it not showing Duck Station? Did they change it to where it no longer accepts Duck Station? Oh, there it is. Okay. Don't worry. I'm already halfway done. I'm already mostly done this and doing it on my own. I have the cheat sheet right here. Is it? I was starting this before stream, and it took longer than I thought, even with the cheat sheet. I didn't fuck any of them up. It's just tedious.
Hmm. Well, as long as you don't need me for anything.
No. I got this here. This is no longer a collaborative bit. I meant to do this earlier, and then I went, oh shit, the time.
Then you didn't.
Yeah. But
Good job.
I guess. So how are you doing today?
You know, surviving. Yourself?
About the same. Let's see here. Hinkley. I'm just doing the thing of, like, just... like, using the Control F. Fall into oats.
You're out of touch and you're out of time.
Not quite. Thankfully, this isn't time-based, otherwise, man, that would suck. I think these days, that's how you'd have to do it if you wanted to make it harder. But...
I should ref the Hall & Oates song.
Oh.
Out of touch.
Out of touch. Actually, I gotta be careful with that, because that can trigger the fucking algorithm and be like,
I'm glad you've got such confidence in your singing voice.
Listen, it doesn't even matter if it's good or not, it'll do it.
Hmm.
Oh. Show me the damn thing.
It's kind of one of those weeks where it's just a slow week, because... I mean, I guess some stuff got announced, like...
There's the DL fucking AI thing that NVIDIA, like, threw out.
Oh, yeah, but NVIDIA's
a...
Oh, yeah, but who cares? NVIDIA's a fucked company anyway.
Yeah.
Like, the sooner the bubble crashes, which, you know, current other circumstances probably going to expedite that, the sooner we can just fucking kill whatever his name is, the fuckboy CEO. He can be mauled to death by the ravenous crowds of PC gamers demanding where are our video cards.
If they didn't already move to AMD.
So it's one of those things where it's an announcement, but it's also an announcement that won't ever actually really amount to something because nobody's going to fucking use it.
Yeah. But I do think it's funny. He's like, "Oh, come on, you guys, you're wrong. It's great. It's beautiful." No.
Doesn't matter.
It's funny when I saw the image. So when I saw the image too, I know it doesn't matter if it's good or not looking, but when I saw the image, I kid you not, before I looked at the corners to see which one was which, I genuinely thought the off was like I thought, because I didn't know it was an AI thing. I just saw the image and I was just like, I'm gonna guess this one's the off and this one's the on. The one that I thought was off. Was on and vice versa, because the one looked better and the one where it's off looked better.
Hello, IT, have you tried turning it off and on again? But yeah, I mean, as I said, it's one of those things where it's not really an announcement because nobody's going to use it, and it's just there so that NVIDIA can point to people and go like, or go to shareholders/investors and go like, look, see, we're innovating, and you know, obviously they're not; they're just putting a shitty AI filter over other people's blood, sweat, and tears.
Yep. Now I'll kill Firefox's process. I don't need it anymore. It's done!
Hooray.
I have the Zit Saber now!
Nice. But yeah, so it's like, who cares? Like, just the
Yeah, it's
company's
just
sort of fucked.
it's just more amusing than anything else. So it's like kind of like point and laugh, like.
Uh, Other than that, I saw the thrilling title announcement for the next Sonic movie.
I haven't seen the trailer yet. I meant to watch it before.
It's not a trailer. It's just telling you what is the title of the movie.
Oh, what's the title?
You'll
of the
never
movie?
guess. You'll never guess.
Is it CD?
No, it's Sonic 4.
Oh,
That's it. And
that's
I guess the other
I made
thing
a guess rather than just say Sonic 4.
and I guess the one thing is it does in the credit in like the sort of credits in the title because it'll be like list the actors. It does list that Jim Carrey is in.
Yeah,
So.
I did hear actually before, was it yesterday, Jim Carrey was confirmed to be back. I do think it's funny that he's mostly retired from Hollywood, except for to play Dr. Eggman.
Have hobbies.
Alright, let's go back and finish up the dungeon. But, it is funny, though. It's like, yeah, I'm done with Hollywood, but Dr. Eggman... I mean, I'm glad he's back, because I do like his Eggman, so...
Plus also, like, then we'd have to actually, like, threaten other Sonic villains who usually have their own problems.
Black Doom. Hi.
I mean, yeah, that's sort of the problem, is your only other, like, major antagonist you can kind of draw on there is Black Doom, because no one else is, like, either sentient, like Chaos.
And then the other one's like Zavok, and I fucking don't like the goddamn Seven Deadlies, whatever they're fucking... I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
No one likes Zavok.
Zoomers do, apparently. And I'm like, why? These designs are hideous. They're ugly. They're painful to look at. They're like, the only thing that's worse to look at than them are like, I don't know, has-been hotel designs.
Inspired on a series I've not watched and probably won't.
Nah, it's not really that good. It's not really great, so not really a reason to. Ow! But, yeah, so you have, like, them, and that's about it. There's not really a whole lot of, like, villains in Sonic who don't, like, just get fucking, like, offed immediately.
Or just we forget to use them, or they're just hyper-specific, like the Babylon, like the Team Babylon crew from Racing.
And they're kind of, like, not really villains.
Yeah, they're just sort of like...
They're just kind of assholes.
Yeah. So otherwise, it's like, yeah, your only other real option is Black Doom. You know, Chex don't like Black Doom. I mean, he's fine. Or, you know, Metal Sonic, which I guess they're doing, but, you know, someone's got to build Metal Sonic.
So, yeah, he's got to come from something.
You don't just fall off of the Metal Sonic tree. Does he?
No. But, yeah, there's not really a whole lot of... to be fair, even Mario has the same issue where you might have, like, a villain for, like, a side game. They're around, they dance around for a bit, and they die.
Well, the problem was every time they introduce a villain, it's like, and anyway, here's Bowser. Like, the only time that's not happened was 2, and that's only because it's not actually 2.
Like, Mega Man Classic is the same way, where they had, like, one game in a handheld game where it wasn't Wily, and it was, like, some, like, space robot.
I mean, I'll say at least this much. Mega Man has a slightly different circumstance, because A, we ain't getting a Mega Man movie.
No.
And B, at the very least, you have different Robot Masters.
Yeah, you have like a robot master you can pull out, yeah.
Or you can just be like, anyway, this is the scene where he fights the Fireman, and this is the scene where he fights the Bubble Man, you know. You can't, with Mario, you kind of struggle with that, because outside of, like, P.T. Piranha, who really remembers most Mario bosses? And it's only because P.T. Piranha has been, like, shoved down our fucking throats.
Against our will. Kind of like Bowser Jr. too, but, you know, besides the point. I'm sorry, I just never really fucking liked Bowser Jr. and no matter how much they try to make me like him, I don't fucking like him.
If the key is here, I guess it's in the next room.
But yeah, platformer games usually have that thing of like the one antagonist. It's kind of why people were griping over the fact that like Donkey Kong, after like Rare has tried to make other ones, but nobody cares about them. And I think it's funny that with the newer one, they had like King K. Rool only for like a couple of seconds at the end of the game, and then they're like, well, we didn't want to have him much because you know he's so big, we didn't want to use him. Like, so wait, are you telling me this is a surfing vampire, surfing Dracula situation? What the fuck? That's so stupid.
I mean, look. Here's the thing, right? The other difference between like why King K. Rool works and no one else, and none of the other like attempted Donkey Kong villains ever take off. King K. Rool has a really cool theme.
My one, this is.
You want to fucking tell me that Gangplank Galleon isn't a banger?
Hold the fuck up. Let me finish my fucking sentence. I think Gangplank Galleon. Hold on. I think it's a good song, but I don't like. I think as a final boss track, it's kind of eh.
What about this? What about the Smash Bros. Arrangement?
That's cheating, though.
Is it though?
Yes. That is cheating. Geese's fucking awesome theme didn't need to be remixed to sound cooler as a like battle theme. It just is.
Hey Sabo.
Hey Sabo.
We're arguing about King K. Rool.
I think King K. Rool is kind of a meh boss, but then again, I don't really like the Donkey Kong Country series because I think its hitboxes are shit.
I like King K. Rool.
But he's like their one antagonist that, like, you know, people actually stuck with. It was more my point, not my own opinion on it.
That's because he was the final boss in like 3 different games.
Yeah.
I mean, they made non-Kremling antagonists, and nobody really liked them.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They tried, and I was making fun of the fact that, like, in the newer one, they surfing Dracula, where they're like, oh, we don't want to use King K. Rool. He's such a big character. And at this point in time in Donkey Kong's story...
I mean, that's just blatant lies, though, to disguise the twist. Everybody knows that. It's like any time when you know, when they say shit
well, no,
like,
this was in response to him being in it.
Yeah.
But only for like 5 seconds.
Ganon's definitely not going to be in this game, guys.
I mean, they pulled the same thing with Kirby and the Forgotten Realms with DDD.
I don't remember them, like, saying, oh, he's not in the game.
Well, very down. If they didn't say he wasn't in the game, they very much downplayed.
Also, DD hasn't been the final boss since like the first game.
No, but my point is, they still just like kept it. They kept it real darn low on DDD being in and being a boss and getting a cool work of his theme.
I don't remember them doing that. I'm pretty. Maybe it was just the marketing here because I remember him just being like there front and center. Like, yeah, he's in the game.
Moving slowly through the ruins.
Uh-oh, I'd better hurry.
Also, I blew up Tron's mech in like 2 seconds. It was really easy. My cannons that I beefed up before the end of the last stream like fucking like buzzsawed her health bar. It was kind of silly.
The key's gone. I hope I'm not too late.
Man, Bonbon's fast considering the fact that I blew her up in like seconds.
Speaking of silly though, how goes winning? Are you tired of winning yet?
One of these days, it's all gonna make sense. He swears.
Mission start.
One day. Luckily, today is not that day. I don't want to talk longer on too much about it because everybody's I feel bad for anybody who might watch because then they'll be like, I came here to escape this bullshit. But I did just want to say it was very funny. Oh, sorry, let me mute my phone. It was very funny watching him literally beg, practically on his hands and knees, please come and help me. And everyone turned around and said, no.
You guys said no.
Hey, help me with the war I started because that was please.
You
We don't need your help, but you should definitely come and help because,
Only one left
well,
to go, Mega Man.
you know why.
Yeah. You know what, though? We can still make fun of things. Because, you know what? Recent internet discourse has taught me something. This is unrelated to politics. Don't worry, this is a pivot away. You don't need to, in fact... Now hold for me to finish this whole bit, because I know you'll jump in. You don't, in fact, need to, play a video game to be a fan of it. You can just watch. So, as such, I have decided that I'm going to declare myself the, in fact, biggest Sly Cooper fan. No, I've never played the games, but I watched, like, 3 cutscenes, and Bentley is clearly the hottest character.
I mean... Bentley's alright.
Oh, come on, nobody else can do the turtle trot! Right, Sly! But yeah, apparently that's the thing. Don't worry. You see, if you say that that's not that you have to play the game. In fact, you are a bad person. You are gatekeeping people like me who have no arms, legs, no phone, computer, or TV that somehow is able to still message on social media.
I mean, just call me the combination of Sangan or the Sangha Thunder, Huijin, and Kazijin, because I am the Gate Guardian. No, you cannot enjoy Sly Cooper without having played it. I actually don't care if people want to just enjoy it. Like, I'm sure plenty of people have enjoyed certain characters from that franchise without ever actually playing the game, but you know.
You mean like the cop lady?
Yes. The one who inexplicably gets to be a giantess in the 3rd game that you then have to climb up. You know, you play those moments. You know, there's some of those moments when you play a game where you look back on something and you're like, oh yeah, this is someone's kid. This was someone on the devs team kinked. Not to shame. I will never kink shame anybody. I will never kink shame anybody. You know, privately or publicly. Privately, probably. But yeah, there's just when you play games and you see things, you're like, oh yeah, someone was horny on the dev team and they got away with it.
I will say, like, it's hard to, I can't really say you're a fan of a thing if you haven't really engaged with it, though. It's fine if you like a thing in it, but, like, I wouldn't be like... So, like, for example, I like, Like, I've talked before, I fucking hate Mortal Kombat. I like the character Reptile. I'm not a fuck because I think he looks cool, but... Because he's a lizard man, except for the new one where they made him not a lizard man, because Mortal Kombat hates spice. But, like...
I mean, considering how much
but, like, imagine if I said I fucking like Mortal Kombat... I'm a Mortal Kombat fan when all I like is one version of Reptile.
Mm-hmm. I mean... As I said, I don't really care.
To be fair, I push more buttons than some of these people with the Resident Evil thing, but... Still. It's just a little silly.
Is this just a particular thing that someone said that's pissed you off? I want to know what it's in reference to.
No, it's just like they were, so specifically there was, I was like, back and forth with the Resident Evil fans where they were like, no, I can be a fan without playing the games, or at all.
No, we have a term for these sort of people. They're called Persona fans.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. Persona fans are the first one most people are aware of. They're everywhere in every fan base that has more than 5 people.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. People latch onto, like, a character or a concept, but they, for one reason or another, don't engage with it directly, and that's, you know, fine. Whatever, not, like, hurting anyone, and they're not, like, telling anyone, they're not, like... Well,
the other one you're about to say, finish that sentence, because that one actually might not be true.
Which Persona character has a bunch of fans who have never played the series?
Naoto.
Really?
Joker?
Joker as well.
Well, he's in Smash, so I can understand that.
The Joinker.
Well, I could. You know, I'll say one that will upset you.
Okay.
Morgana.
You know
what? That actually makes sense, considering how else would you like that fucking character?
I was gonna say, does anyone like Morgana? Because it seems like everyone, including his voice actor, just like are constantly taking the piss out of him.
Yeah, but
it's really funny that even the voice actor does.
Like Morgana's voice actor did a special reading of "Go the Fuck to Sleep" on her YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Is Morgana the Wesley of Persona?
Shut up, Wesley. You know what? Considering the fact that I'm like 90% sure that's an author's avatar, probably. anything in my inventory I can sell?
No, Morgana is just them doubling down on Teddy, but like,
And Teddy's just them saying, "What if
Well-
Koromaru, but he could
well-
talk?"
Well, hold on though. But Teddy, to be fair, when he acts like a little shit, he gets treated like a little shit.
yeah, when Teddy is, everyone is like, go away, Teddy.
They're like, Teddy, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, whereas when Morgana throws a shit fit, everyone takes his side for some reason.
Oh no, Ryuji, how could you possibly upset Morgana? It's like, I don't really care for Ryuji here, but honestly, he's spitting.
Right? How was it? Like, one of the moments that drove me up a wall, too, was between Morgana and Ryuji was, so there's the scene when, you know, Ryuji, like, they fake kill Ryuji for a couple of minutes, and he comes back and they beat the shit out of him for not being dead.
Yeah.
And then they do the same thing with Morgana. Morgana then just like doesn't show up for like a week, and he shows up like a week later, like, "Hey guys, I didn't want to like just to show up right away." And they're like, "Oh my god, he has tact." I'm like, "What do you mean that's tact? Making people think you're dead for like a week plus? That's tact? No, that's fucking psychotic. What are you talking about?"
Well.
That's insane.
Oh yeah, speaking of tact, I watched the new Spider-Man trailer, and as soon as I saw Ned was in it, I was like, "Wow, this is a bad movie." Moving on.
I mean, I have just decided that Spider-Man is a series that ended like 20 years ago, and that's it. It ended 20 years ago, and they don't make it anymore.
It's just nice when I was like, "Oh, maybe this movie will be good," and then as soon as Ned showed his fucking face, I'm like, "Oh well, never mind."
What about
nice.
the Sony? What about the Sony Spider-Man show?
What? The one from 2003?
No, that was like the late 2000s, I think.
There was one that came out like I think a year or two ago.
No, there was one that came out like I think 15 years ago, but I mean, it's still.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out which one you're talking about. So there was the one that had Neil Patrick Harris in it.
No, not that one.
Okay, Spectacular Spider-Man?
Yeah, that was that. When did that come out?
2008.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I must have been catching reruns when I saw it, and I thought it was new because I was like, I watched it in like 2011, and I was like, oh, this must be a new Spider-Man show.
Pretty sure it's 2008. I mean, I'll double check, but
It might have just been. I might have just caught a rerun and thought it was new because I wasn't following those things.
Spectacular Spider-Man. No, I was right. 8th of March 2008.
Yeah. All right, so 18 years.
Yeah. We're old.
Well, I mean, I don't feel that old because I didn't see it for a while after it came out. Apparently.
Yeah.
Was under the belief that it was new.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things where they produced it on the basis that they were still planning to continue like the Sam Raimi stuff. Like for years there was the threats of Spider-Man 4. And then I think that's also why Spectacular got cancelled because they were like, well, we're going to do Amazing now instead.
I think it got canceled because Sony lost the TV rights.
Because I know they canceled. What you said, Train could be right. Because that's also why they canceled Avengers. Because they're like, oh, well, we're gonna make ours now. Bye.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why they canceled.
Disney was already making Avengers. They just decided we want to do an Avengers show that's like the movies.
Yeah, bad.
It was. I mean, it got better eventually. But like the first season is literally them. Hey, he did the thing from the movie.
You know, when people say stuff like that, I do always think of all things, a Linkara quote. Because he was talking about Star Trek Voyager. You said, well, people say by the 6th season it got its footing. It's like, well, at that point, you know, it'd be pretty hard to get that far and not have some idea of what you're doing.
Also, it's a big ask to be like, okay, watch all of the honestly.
I think it was more like the 2nd season when it started getting better, so it wasn't like.
I mean, even that's still a big ask. A whole season is a big ask for someone to start being like, oh no, the show's good now.
To be fair, you can also just be like, skip the first season, nothing important happens in it, and you know who all the characters are.
It's kind of like how every time I ever thought, maybe everyone goes off about how good the Clone Wars CG show was and how good Ahsoka is and blah blah blah. And I think every time I try it, I'm like, I can't get to a point of but the third Jar Jar Binks focus episode of one season. I'm like, yeah, maybe this just sucks. Maybe everyone else is wrong.
Right?
It's like how
This
back in the
Jar Jar
day,
Binks.
it's like how back in the day when people told everyone to just skip the third and fourth seasons of Arrow and go right to season 5, and that was before the entire final summary on the Arrowverse seems to be it was a mistake, and I wish it never watched it to begin with.
Yeah, well.
I think it's funny how we'll have shows that'll start out the gates good, get canceled, and then we'll have these piece of shit, dog shit shows that'll go on for 20 seasons. They're like, no, season 17 is when it gets good.
Unfortunately, ratings and/or executives dictate everything. So
I mean, it is kind of amazing how the Arrowverse went for a decade and then just imploded in the course of a year. All the shows were canceled.
Yeah, it's kind of
except I think 2, and that one eventually ended. And even Superman and Lois eventually, in the later 2 seasons, they were like, it has nothing to do with the Arrowverse. Ignore all that stuff from the beginning.
No.
What Arrowverse? The Arrowverse was shit.
We're just Superman now.
It is just it's just Superman now. There is no Arrowverse. What are you talking about?
It's me, Sephiroth.
Da, 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 da.
And then afterwards, the executives were like, yeah, so we lost $1 for every dollar we made during the Arrowverse years. So we made, or I think it was they lost $2 for every dollar. So the Arrowverse actually lost the money long term, and they just kept it going anyway until there was some shakeup, and whoever came in was like, "What the hell are you guys doing? You're losing us money."
Yeah, because if you're not able to. Because, part of the thing, right, is you have to either be able to generate enough money off of just the ad revenue from the show, which is how you do it off of, viewing figures, prime time, etc., or you have to be able to market it to properties outside of the show itself, and you can't really do that with the Arrow stuff because, well, the only things that were exclusive to them were things that nobody would, who wants a fucking Felicity action figure?
They tried, didn't work.
Yeah, they tried. It didn't work.
They tried so hard to make Felicity a thing, outside of the Arrowverse, and nobody outside of her very loud, very small fan base wanted anything to do with her.
Yeah, because they're the sort of people who don't read comic books or get collectibles or do any of the things that you actually need to do to turn something into
they'll donate their money to have a commemorative bench somewhere in Canada.
Yeah, but that's not going to the studio.
Praising Felicity, or have a Times Square banner for one day. But that doesn't make the studio any money.
Yeah.
And it turns out social media traffic doesn't get you money.
No, but normally the point is you convert that into something. You convert the social media traffic into good graces that you can spend on other that you can then spend as sort of social capital.
Yeah, but that doesn't really work if your fan base has no interest in actually making you money.
Yeah, that's the point I'm saying, is that the problem is that the things that they were chasing are the things that you can't, convert into merchandise. Because, if, say, you're doing, a show based off of Superman, let's say you're doing Smallville or something like that, part of the problem is it's well, unless you very specifically we are going to make an action figure of this version of Clark Kent and this one only. It's if you just produce a shirt with an S on it, that's no different from any of the other, shirts with an S on it you can get.
Yeah, that is why they for example the Superman movie that came out last year has a very specific design for the S and everything like that, so it's
it has a very
that
specific
version.
design. Has a specific design for the suit, but also has very specific designs for other characters, so they're easy to make action figures out of. Or
exactly which one's which.
Or so. Whereas if you're just doing the show, it's say, as I said, Smallville. It's well, you could maybe get away with a Clark Kent action figure, but who the fuck wants the Lana Lang one?
Yeah, because there's probably a Smallville figure of Clark, but probably nothing else in the multiverse figure line they've been putting out. And
as I said, part of that is how these properties actually make money. If you can't be a primetime show where just by virtue of existing and DVD sales or home release sales or digital sales, you can generate your money, then you need to be able to merchandise. It's why The Simpsons can go forever. or has gone on. It's not a matter of how many people actually watch The Simpsons or not, it's how much Simpson merch still sells.
Yeah.
Because even if you're like not watching the episodes, some people will be like, hey, I remember The Simpsons from when I was growing up, I'll buy this Homer t-shirt, or this Bart figure, or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's like how you actually, you know, make money off of properties. It's merchandising, baby!
Merchandising! Where the real money is made!
And yeah, sometimes you can just be like a big enough show that you are generating that money inherently, like, you know, Breaking Bad, even though that also had like merchandise, it was able to generate enough prestige that it doesn't really matter. And part of the thing with comic books is because comic books are, at the end of the day, in the pop culture, but still kind of niche, and you're competing effectively. If you're like making a comic book adaptation, you're competing against yourself, because if you make a Spider-Man figure, right, there are a fuck billion Spider-Man figures of like all these.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass for me to find just the right Spider-Man figure, because eventually they did a redo of the '90s one, and I have that. But like I remember it was such a pain in the ass to just get just the right Spooderman.
I mean, it's why, like, the Sony Spider-Man has the white spider symbol.
Yeah.
It's so that it's a very distinctive design that is, like, still Spider-Man, but, like, you can then say, this is that Spider-Man. Like, I have a jacket with that spider logo on it.
Yeah.
Not that I especially care for it, it's just this really nice jacket, you know? But, yeah. It's like merchandising. That's how you actually make money out of franchises.
Yeah, and hell, even with the Batman, like they've made a couple of based on the different movies ones recently, and I know exactly which one's which right off the bat. Like hell, there's a fucking Jack Nicholson Joker coming out, and I right away knew that was Jack Nicholson Joker I'm looking at.
Yeah, every Batman movie suit is very distinct.
All for that exact reason of how do we want to make sure that this one sells money, because the one thing you don't really want is to then have like grandma in the suit in the toy store like umming and ahhing, which Batman figure should I buy, the most recent one, the expensive one, or the one that's old, or the older one that's probably cheaper. And the only way to like try and prevent that is to make them look different, so that little Billy can be like, I want the new one, grandma.
Yeah.
Granted, Billy doesn't exist anymore. Now it would be Big Billy.
Big Billy! Hi! Hi, Grandma! I want the Superman 2025!
They'd be like when my grandmother went to the store looking for the Crocodile Dentist game, and she was like, yeah, I'm looking for Alligator Doctor.
Dr. Alligator does sound...
I want Dr. Alligator, Grandma!
She's like, yeah, Alligator Doctor. And he's like, oh, you mean Crocodile Dentist? And she's like, oh, yeah, that's the one. But then again, there was only one Crocodile Dentist game, so it's not like...
Yeah. But as I said, if you're like... And especially something like as omnipresent as Batman, where there will always be, like, a Batman figure somewhere.
I found that in my basement the other day.
Oh, yeah.
You're like... You go out and it's like, oh look, there's some Batman stuff on that you can buy.
Like, honestly,
yeah.
for a while, it was really bad with DC merch in terms of just, like, it was... You would be looking for, like, a character who isn't Batman, and it's like, oh, this is so much harder to find someone who isn't Batman.
Character isn't Batman, why don't you fucking kill yourself? Probably the DC marketing team.
It's gotten better now. Like, hell, what was it? On an impulse buy the other day at the store, I found a figure of fucking Ice. I was like, huh? Ice?
That's an unfortunate name to have in this day and age.
Yeah.
That might be why you found her. And I wonder what would happen. I wonder if like they're gonna I mean, probably not, but it would be funny if they rebranded her. We'll call her Isis. Ah.
Shit! Icy Wiener. Ah, crud.
Hey, what if the films The Sixth Sense and Titanic got in common?
What's that?
Icy dead people.
You know, just doing the mock Seth Rogen laugh reminded me. They did announce that, hey, we're gonna do the DuckTales show now. Cool! Has nothing to do with the DuckTales show. Oh, okay. Jim Cummings, okay. Seth Rogen,
But they're doing another DuckTales show?
Well, they never did the other one because there's the '90s one and now this one coming out.
Didn't they do one in 2017?
Yeah, they did one
No.
in 2017.
No, they did. Oh no, hold on, I fucked up. Darkwing Duck, sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's right.
Okay,
I got ahead of myself. Sorry.
Yeah, they've been working on. Yeah, it is not that well. I don't think people like the new Darkwing all that much. They wanted Jim Cummings to. Wait, is Jim Cummings actually playing Darkwing, or is he?
Yeah. So basically, it has nothing to do with the 2017 DuckTales show. It has Jim Cummings coming back as Darkwing, and but it's show ran by Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I hear.
Well,
I mean, I trust Cummings though.
That man's a fucking virus.
I mean, he's just a producer who manages to make some things that make money, therefore making things that aren't great but make money. It's like the same reason why like Star Trek got to be in a fucking hole for like 20 years because, Orsi and Kurtzman wrote that J.J. Abrams Star Trek, and that made money, so they had to give. Oh, actually, I don't think Roberto Orsi was involved, but Kurtzman was involved. He got to have free reign of Star Trek for like 20 years, and that's why there has been no good Star Trek properties since Deep Space Nine. Yeah, Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, but the thing is, Seth Rogen like just appears randomly everywhere, like a virus. It's not even just like, oh, it's just in this one thing. No, you never know when he's gonna show up. It's like he's like the producer version of Chris Pratt, the voice actor, doing voices for movies.
It
I mean,
depends.
weren't they both in Mario Brothers?
Yes.
He's Donkey Kong.
These fools can't.
I mean, I can't think of a single character apart from Baby Peach in that Mario Brothers movie who I think is cast right.
Hey, Diesel,
Maybe Luigi.
you can do the rest of it
This
yourself.
is the thing. I don't even think Luigi because like he's just Charlie Day, and it's like if you've seen anything that Charlie Day has done, it's Luigi.
Let him go.
I'm just guessing because I haven't seen the movie yet. I want to watch it at some point, but I know the casting ain't nearly as good as like the Sonic movie casting, where all of them are like, yeah, no, these all.
Maybe you and I should watch the Sonic movie together at some point.
What the Mario? Oh no, what the Sonic movies? Oh, okay.
Oh, Mario movie. I meant Mario.
Mario. Yeah, honestly, you know what? We should.
We have to scrounge for parts to build our
'Cause
machine.
every time I think about this movie, that movie, I kind of get more annoyed by it.
Never win like this.
Every time I'm like, yeah, because everyone was like, oh yeah, Jack Black is very good. It's like, yeah, Jack Black's good at playing Jack Black. He's not Bowser though.
I mean, he did an okay job at sounding not like Jack Black. Look, I think it's mostly because Jack Black rarely plays bad guys.
I think for me, what the kind of moment that really solidifies it is where you have Chris Pratt saying, "Oh, or Chris Pratt's Mario saying, "Should I do the accent? Is it too much?" And then you have like Charles Martinet be there to basically doing his Mario voice as like some rando, and it's like,
Mission stop.
We could have had.
I mean,
it's like
Charles,
it's the
Charles Martinet is also in the movie as another character, and he doesn't use the voice.
No, but I'm just saying that literally the scene where they're commenting on should he do an accent, and then you like just have Charles Martinet go, "Oh, I think the voice is fine."
You know what the most horrible thing of that is I guess I'm assuming you haven't seen the movie.
I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. I mean, the actual worst thing is Toad.
Well, no. I'm gonna say that commercial that whole scene.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Has Chris Pratt and Charlie Day doing very good versions of the Mario voice. So
yeah,
Chris Pratt could have done the Mario voice the whole movie if he really wanted to.
And
it would have sounded not as good as Charles Martinet, but still pretty good.
Something.
But they just decided nobody wants to hear a goofy Italian accent the whole movie.
Nobody wants to hear a goofy in a goofy movie. They want to hear
To be fair, the reason they did that was because
I don't have any choice.
What are you babbling about now?
What?
Jeffrey, what's his name?
Yeah, Katzenberg.
The demon of Disney, because apparently all he did for like the 90s was hang around there with these awful money grubbing ideas.
Yeah, he's a suit. They're all the same. Like,
but he wanted to recast Goofy as like some celebrity just doing.
Yeah, he wanted to be Steve Martin.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, the director was like, well, why don't we have Goofy's regular voice do a few takes using his regular voice? so we can see how it is before
That
we
takes care of Mr. Glove.
attach a big name to this,
Now,
because we'll have
we
to pay him
to
even if it
fall
doesn't work.
back
And he was like,
regroup.
okay, and then that entire thing was just to prove to Katzenberg that no, this is a bad idea. And even Katzenberg was like, yeah, this was a bad idea. All right, have him do the voice. So
Nearly
in a way,
pro-
in a way, it was them cleverly getting around a stupid executive.
But, I mean, I wasn't commenting on their strategy, like they do what they were told. I was commenting on the fact of the basic idea of, here's a Goofy movie, let's not have Goofy. And it would just be a serious movie, and nobody wants that.
It's like when American Dragon Jake Long was starting out. They were like, so make sure he always wears a helmet and only breathes fire into fire-safe places like campfires, because we don't want anyone starting, house fires. And their response was like, "Ha, very funny, guys. You got us." And they're like, we're not joking. Ha, very funny. And then eventually, after like 10 rounds of haha, very funny, guys, they're like, all right, fine, we'll drop it.
My favourite version of that is for Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, when they were like getting it, when they were like working through it all, and then Lucas came down to the studio, and they were like, since Starkiller is going to be such like a big part of like the canon now, haha, we think he should have a Darth name. And so Lucas was like, yeah, okay, so then he thought about it for a second, and then he came up with Darth Insanius or Darth Icky. And they all laughed, and then he didn't. And then they realised, oh no, he's being serious.
It's so bonkers.
But yeah, I mean, as I said, Katzenberg's probably no worse or better than any other suit. A suit is a suit. They're all evil.
Yeah.
And probably child molesters. Like statistics.
All corporations are evil, no matter how nice
Yeah.
they seem.
Yes.
They're not
they
your
are not
friend.
your friends.
Took a while to learn that.
Some people still haven't fucking figured it out.
But they still think the evil corporation that's trying to grind their souls down into nothing is their friend. Maybe one day they'll learn.
No.
But yeah, I mean,
It's like in that Batman the animated series episode where Batgirl hallucinates that she dies and her father goes crazy trying to kill Batman. And the executives didn't like that one scene where the original way they did it, where she falls like to her death and lands on the car, so they reshot it so that she lands at an even more violent angle. But because it was focused on Orden in the car instead, they're like, we made it worse, but we also technically did the correction you told us to do.
I mean, hardly the worst thing Bruce Timm has done to Barbara Gordon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was before that.
It was, well, it wasn't actually before that. It's the awful thing, is they are clearly fucking in the new Batman Adventures.
I mean, it was merely implied
Merely implied, but very obviously.
until the Killing Joke, when it was not implied.
When it was confirmed. I mean, Batman Beyond also basically confirms it, because they have that one scene where Bruce is looking through all of his past loves, and a picture of Barbara shows up.
Merely implied.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's one thing to heavily imply something, and it's another thing to just straight up have a scene of them having sex on the rooftop.
Yeah, but we also know that the Killing Joke movie is bad. Like, it's kind of, we're being a dead horse because everybody knows it sucks.
And yet it was the only way to get Hamill to come back one last time.
Sure, there's quite a number of ways you got to come back. Park a truckload of money on his doorstep. That usually works. It's how we got back Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans for Avengers. Like, I won't do it. I will have my integrity. Okay, well, I have this blank check. I suddenly do not have my integrity.
I think Downey just got bored because he wasn't really doing much.
Yeah, it turns out when your entire career basically hinges off of playing one character, and then that character's dead.
That can't be right.
Because all of the appearances of Robert Downey Jr. just seem to be him hanging around his house bored, like counting his money. I guess even that gets old after a while.
I guess money really can't buy you happiness.
But I can buy a nice jet ski.
Room. Unless you're Jeremy Renner, in which case it buys you a ATV that nearly killed. Was it an ATV that nearly killed him? No, that was Ozzy Osbourne.
No, he was snowplow.
He was a snowplow. Damn, Mr. Plow.
Yeah.
Can't believe Mr. Plow hated Hawkeye that much.
Mr. Plow, Mr. Plow really didn't like him, and I thought he didn't like me.
Maybe it was Plow King that got Jeremy Renner. We may never know. I mean, I was kind of thinking it is a slow year for like games.
Now all we have to do is go back to the church and get the last key.
Not like a huge amount of stuff that's on the horizon.
Let's go.
And I'm kind of, I think I am going to just not buy GTA 6 at this point, regardless of even if it is like $100 or not.
I wasn't gonna get it anyway.
I mean, I was still like on the fence, but now I'm like, yeah, you know what?
I need to buy GTA 5.
Well, don't worry, it's available on like literally everything.
Yeah,
It's the fucking Skyrim of Grand Theft Auto. It's just we don't make fun of it as much. Probably because it's not headed up by Todd Howard.
Oh, actually, speaking of him...
Oh, what's our old little fuckboy done today?
He's, now regrets, announcing, Elder Scrolls 6 10 years ago. He's tired of people asking about it.
He's like, we don't want to make all the Elder Scrolls 6. We don't need to. We can just release Skyrim again.
Well, don't announce the fucking game then, dumb shit. I have no sympathy for the man. You could tell me that. You could tell me that.
He's not trying to be sympathetic. I just think it's funny.
Someone could tell me that, like, oh, did you hear about the horrible accident Todd Howard was in? He got trampled by a stampede of like, donkeys, and then like a steamroller crushed his lower body. And I'm like, couldn't it have crushed? And then I'd be like, couldn't it have crushed his entire body? There's some people where you're just like, I'm not going to say I wish it to happen, but at the same time, if it did happen, I'm not going to shed a tear. It's an oh no anyway sort of situation.
Oh no, anyway.
But, yeah, man, I'm tired of, I'm sick of Todd, and I'm tired of pretending that we shouldn't be. Oh, that's another thing I guess I can talk about.
I just think it's really, but yeah, no, I just thought it was really funny. When I saw that, I was cackling. I was like, I wish I never, like, maybe Todd, maybe you should announce it as a lie. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. Maybe you shouldn't lie. Have you considered not lying for once in your life?
I think it's just when he announced it, he figured, yeah, we'll get to Elder Scrolls 6 at some point, and then in the years since he's been like, we don't need to make another game. I don't want to make another game.
They did make another game. It's called Starfield.
Well, that too.
It only came out like a year and a half ago or something. And you
died pretty quick.
Yeah, because it's dog shit. And even like the Bethesda people, I think Fallout 76 actually was a moment of awakening for people.
Oh yeah, a lot of people left the company from that. I know one of like their senior guys left because he was promised that he was going to be able to be like, you know, helm the next Elder Scrolls and all this shit, and that it was going to be the next thing, and then it just kept not happening. And he said, you know what, I'm just going to go.
It's also
I'm leaving. Bye bye.
Yeah, I just think a lot of people actually kind of also got disinterested. Because obviously still like a huge fan base, but then like, you know, Starfield comes out, it's a boring game that nobody really likes and has pretty bad endgame content for what I understand, and also no mods. It's once again the problem of the mods can't fix the game, so people suddenly don't like it as much.
It is interesting though that that like 76 was definitely the tipping point. For people to start, like, slowly going, hey, wait a minute. Because they even were bored with Starfield. Because Starfield also has the thing of, like, so all of the people that, like, wrote, like, did any of the, like, halfway decent writing were all gone by the time Starfield was in production. Like, they were all gone. The people that, like, did, like, even, like, the lore shit were all gone. So all they had left were just a couple of jackasses, and they didn't know what to do, and they're like, let's put the adoring fan in. Fuck it, I guess. I don't know what we're doing, man.
Yeah, but, I mean, by virtue of Fallout 4 existing and doing well, Bethesda fans don't care about quality of writing.
Yeah, because Fallout 4's writing is god awful. It's terrible.
Yeah. So it's not even that, it's just, once again, mods
No, I mean,
mods
like,
could fix the game.
hold up. They do care about the lore TM, and Starfield doesn't really have lore TM, so...
So, sorry, Starfield is just, there's nothing to it. Like, if you're going to do a space thing, you need to have something to distinguish yourself. Like, you know, Star Trek has the whole bold, like, scientific thing / naval angle. Star Wars has the sort of, like, gritty, cyberpunk-ish adjacent sort of thing. You know, things like Blade Runner has actual cyberpunk elements. Even Cyberpunk 2077 has something. Whereas every time you look at Starfield, it looks like just the most generic, like, off-brand sci-fi thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. It's just very... it's very bland. It has no ID to itself. Which, actually, that's one of my criticisms with Outer Worlds 2, is it became... like I said, they defanged it. It became more bland in 2.
Good luck.
Like...
And all the characters are just kind of in that one versus the first game.
Like, there's lots of things I will dunk on Mass Effect for. I think Mass Effect at least had a very clear, like, visual style and aesthetic that made it unique, stand out amongst other sort of major sci-fi worlds at the time. Like, it's basically we're just doing Star Trek, but it doesn't look like it's just doing Star Trek. You know, it's just everything else they fucked up with that series.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, though, I did watch One Piece Season 2.
What'd you think?
I think it's pretty good. I know, it's one of those weird things where even if I didn't really like it, I still think it's kind of, like, worth existing, because the one thing you can't say about it is they don't try.
Well, I mean, one of the differences with that versus a lot of other, like, adaptations, and this is me saying this as someone who's not a One Piece fan, is that you get stuff like, what was it, like, the actress for Nami being like, no, I'm wearing the skirt because it's what she has in the fucking manga, despite it being cold as balls, where, like, a lot of times you get them trying to change or make something less serious. It's not really embarrassed by what it is. It's like, yeah, we're One Piece. We do One Piece things. And,
like,
that's it.
The only things that really are different from the parts it's adapting is just a bunch of stuff that's clearly call forwards to stuff that, well, you know, is relevant 20 years from that point in the manga, but didn't come up at the time for obvious reasons. Like, there's more allusions to, like, Elbaf stuff, because, hey, we're actually at Elbaf finally. And, you know, I don't know, it's one of those things where even if I didn't think it was, like, a solid enough show on its own, I still think it's worthwhile existing because of just how far it does go to be a One Piece show.
Yeah,
like,
it's unapologetically One Piece.
Like an obvious comparison would be, like, Dragon Ball Evolution, which is trying its damnedest to not be a Dragon Ball.
It does not want to be Dragon Ball. It wants to be anything but Dragon Ball.
And the one thing you can't say about Netflix One Piece is it's trying to be anything other than One Piece.
Yeah. And, like, the characters are easily identifiable by me, someone who's, like, I know One Piece characters because I am friends with a lot of One Piece fans. My brother's a One Piece fan. So, like, I know what the characters look like, but, like, I can identify them pretty easily as someone who's not, like, into the series. I know who they are. I know who they're supposed to be. It's not like we're, like, in some of these where you look at them and are like, okay, how is anyone who doesn't know what this is supposed to know? Or even people who know. Like, you can't look at the Goku in Dragon Ball Evolution and be like, oh yeah, it's definitely Goku.
That's a Goku. Honestly,
no,
even when he's got his gi on, you would think he's more like the KOF guy, art fighting guy. What's his name? Rio,
yeah. If you were to, yeah, and even that's not quite right because he doesn't have the right hair color.
Still
But he's
closer.
but he's closer than Goku. Which is a funny statement to say, but yeah.
I think there's a
But
way to get
yeah,
out
so I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just I'm fine with it existing because it's at least trying, and I always think like stuff like that it should be rewarded. It's kind of like how I feel about how the Grinch stole. Well, okay, it's not quite, but you know the Jim Carrey Grinch movie.
Yeah.
Where I kind of feel like I almost feel bad that I don't like it because I can't say it's lazy. Like it feels like everybody was fucking trying with this movie, weirdly. But I just don't like it. But I do like the One Piece show, so maybe it's nothing like that. I just want to dunk on the Grinch movie because we're 3 months past Christmas, I guess.
Well, also you're thinking about it right now too, because there was like a lot of nostalgia for it recently.
Yeah, people were like going about it, and I don't know. It's just.
I mean, I enjoy it, but I don't think
like it's a bad movie. I just think it just feels like it's missing a lot of stuff. In a way, I'm not entirely sure I can fully articulate. I guess it just also feels like it's against the whole like point of the original.
Oh yeah, because they make the Who's be corrupt and all that shit. Where
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually do understand that argument completely, and
I always
it makes
find it
sense to
weird
me.
whenever they do Grinch stuff, where it's like, what if the Grinch is actually the good guy? It's like, isn't the whole point of the original story that he is just mean and selfish and nasty, but like you know the spirit of goodwill and charity, you know, makes him realize error.
Makes him win over, yeah.
It's basically like a shorter version of Christmas Carol.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it is definitely not. Like, I think it's a fun movie, but yeah, it is not the same spirit as the original story,
Also,
be it
it's
the book or
really
the
weird
cartoon.
that they're all racist.
Yeah,
We talk about that, and they're just really racist.
they are. It's not even a bit. They just are.
Oh, this guy looks different. Let's ostracize him and try and kill him.
Careful, Mega Man. It looks like the floor's weak in that area.
I don't know if they actually try and kill him, probably, but you know.
They thought about it, I'm sure.
Yeah, as I say, it's like one of those things where I can look at all of the effort that clearly went into it for like the sets and the costumes and all of that, and it's like, yeah, nobody felt like they were just doing a job. It felt like people actually gave a shit. So it's just like, I wish this was just better. Just be better. Do better. Sometimes, you know, it does feel bad when you see it, the effort, and you're like, it's just not in service of something that it should be.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's but yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Oh yeah, Sabo. Do you want to hear? They did the title reveal for Sonic 4. Do you want to hear what the title of the movie's going to be?
Go ahead.
Sonic the Hedgehog 4. That's it. I mean, they also gave a release date coming out March next year, so you know that's something to look forward to.
I think they gave the release date before.
Yeah, probably. So I don't understand why there was a video saying here's the title reveal for the movie that you already know the title of.
Wasn't there a game Sonic the Hedgehog 4 that was awful?
Yeah, but
maybe they figured nobody would name the movie that. Maybe this is all a joke.
But yeah, I
Maybe.
think fuck, what was I gonna say?
Why is it not called Sonic Boom then?
Honestly, they could have done that because of the song and the
They could have done it because of the song. They could have done it because of the actual thing of Sonic Boom, and they could have
But
made
actually-
a joke about how bad Sonic Boom the game was.
Interesting note, though, about this movie is that every other every other one of these had a was it fuck, I'm forgetting my thought because I'm also trying to think of the dungeon puzzle, and where I'm supposed to go. Shit.
Head empty, no thoughts.
No, too
Quick
many thoughts
segue.
right now because I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to go again?
Sabo, let's fill the air by talking about trails.
No!
We'll save it for after the stream.
But
How about that rain?
more like peen.
What a swell guy.
What a swell guy.
My name's Poochie P and I rock Thor Tilly! I like Joe Kelly!
I mean, you make it sound like you're trying to like speak gibberish and be annoying, but frankly, you just sound like you normally do to me.
I'm not speaking gibberish. I'm saying the lines from the fucking thing, you twat. And I'm gonna say it that way just for you to piss you off, rather than twat.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. You want to be wrong all your life. That's on you, mate. Ugh. Let me know when you start bombing more Gulf states.
Not me.
You know, I think there's a school full of children over there that you missed.
No. They did that to themselves.
Ah, yes, with the Tomahawk missile.
That's not me. I'm not the one dropping the Tomahawk missiles.
They definitely have. Fucking when he said that, and then he was like, "It's a good missile, though." It's like, you couldn't even keep the lie going for 5 seconds.
Nope.
Oh.
She says there's a way up, and I can't. Oh, there it is.
Oh, he compares the attack on Iran to Pearl Harbor while meeting with the Japanese PM.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he?
It looks like the floor's
God.
Looks like there's an opening you can use to get
Soon we
through
won't be allowed to
before
claim
anyone
ignorance.
Except it's covered
He
by
will.
some kind of energy barrier.
No, he would. I'm saying we will. There's a point where like they're like we didn't vote for this guy. We didn't have any just stupidity. And people are like, your fault. You should have stopped him.
I mean,
You should have revolted by now.
yeah. But, I mean, we already know they're revolting. Say something else.
Ha ha! Tish. Oh, now I remember the Sonic thing. One of the things I think is interesting is that this is the first one of these movies not to come out around like the holiday season, which is a little odd.
Yeah, but March is also like the kind of start of the summer-y season. Like, this is usually around the time when like you start seeing movies start to, or more movies start to come out as you wind up towards like your big summer event, like your big summer tentpole movies.
There might be like some movie they're trying to just not compete with.
Maybe. Actually, when does Doomsday come out?
Good question. I don't know. I haven't paid attention to that movie.
The very end of the year.
Into
Like,
this
very
year?
end of- very end of December.
This year?
Yeah, this year.
Oh, okay. Then they probably moved it forward or backward just to not deal with Doomsday. Which makes sense.
I'm pretty sure Doomsday just like moved it to the absolute limit that they could release it and still say it was released in 26.
Yeah, probably. So that would make sense why they've moved it back. Well, it's coming out a couple months after the fact. Less competition. Like I said, it's also like March is around the time you do start getting like the summery movies. Matt, is Supergirl the only big summer tentpole movie that I can figure that's coming out this year?
I don't know. That's a good point. Shit, I don't know.
I already know what film I'm seeing in the around the winter time.
I think that. Oh wait, no. For me, I guess like the big one for me specifically is like Supergirl because that comes out in June.
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry. I'm also trying to remember where I'm supposed to go in this dungeon. I didn't hear you.
Guess I'll go and double check and see what else is like coming out. Past the January, February, March stuff. Oh yeah, Mario comes out on April 1st. April Fools!
Oh yeah, the Mario movie comes out this year. I forgot because I haven't really paid attention to it too much.
Mortal Kombat 2 in May.
I forgot about that because that's Mortal Kombat, so I don't pay too much attention to it unless it's forced down my throat.
Oh, Mandalorian and Grogu. Yeah, that'll probably be one of the big ones.
That'll probably do well.
Oh, Toy Story 5.
I keep forgetting that's a thing.
Supergirl. Is it making a Jackass 5? Aren't they all like old or dead?
Maybe it's new people?
And so far, I'm looking at like the cast list, and it's Knoxville, Steve-O, Chris Pontius. Yeah, I think these are all the old people, all the same people.
Jesus Christ, they can't do that anymore. They're way too old.
I thought the whole point was the last movie they made, they were like very obviously too old and felt like.
I think I remember even like an interview with them saying like, I think we're too old for this, guys.
Also, Steve-O stopped being on drugs.
Well, maybe that rejuvenated him enough that he's like, no, you know what? I think I'm ready to do it again.
I think him not being on drugs actually hindered them more because he actually, fears for his fucking life. Oh, Spider-Man. Right, yeah, that did get announced. They did show a trailer for that. I guess there are big movies coming out, just none I care about. Oh, Coyote vs. Acme, though. That one actually might be worthwhile. I forgot they're making another fucking Resident Evil movie. Fuck off!
They always are making another Resident Evil movie.
Why? They don't understand how these fucking to make this into a movie. So why even bother?
Listen, I play, and by play I mean watch TikToks of Resident Evil for the story.
I mean, you say this. I have the best real life example.
No, I'm making jokes because people fucking were saying that shit. That's a extension from earlier.
I remember the guy, Sam, who loves Resident Evil but has only ever played the Umbrella Chronicles. He literally says that he loves Resident Evil.
I love Resident Evil, but all I played was Umbrella Chronicles. I think Umbrella Chronicles is fine. It's like a little side game, but
feels weird to say that you love. Doom 3. Yeah, people care about that.
Like, for me, I'd be like, oh, what's your favorite? And I'd be like, Zero and Code Veronica.
But, I guess there are some movies coming out that are maybe interesting, but to other people. And I really need to, read the book that, the Supergirl movie is based off of, but it is written by Tom King, so...
Yeah.
He is kind of a big piece of shit.
Just a bit. God, I'm lost.
I don't know where I'm going.
But yeah, I thought about picking it up too for that, and then I was like, he's shithead, and I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, I did finally read the first volume of Absolute Superman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I meant nice.
Not like.
Right.
Yeah, I just mean it's not bad. It's just kind of not that interesting.
Hmm.
Kind of doesn't super go. It doesn't go for a lot of the things that I typically want out for Superman story, and there's just a whole bunch of stuff about Krypton, but it's not really saying anything new because it's like, oh yeah, in this version, Krypton is a failed society that is doomed even without the planet exploding, and it's like, I mean that's just the norm for Krypton since the fucking mid '80s. So.
Yeah, that's forever. Yeah. No, Krypton was a great utopia.
Yeah, but I mean, since post-crisis, at least post-crisis, it might even be stuff.
Oh no, I'm making fun of people that were clutching over the fucking movie last year, and I'm like, bro, this has been the norm for a while of Krypton being kind of shitty. It's been a norm before you've been alive, kiddo.
So, I mean, the whole point of every version of Krypton, basically since post-crisis, is that Krypton was a doomed planet. Regardless of it actually exploding because of societal collapse and degradation. So just having a book that's telling you stuff that every other adaptation... Because one thing I did appreciate about Absolute Batman and Wonder Woman was that they were telling you versions of these origin stories that are, drastically different from the others.
Yeah, it's probably why I hear people talk... Because I don't know much... I don't know much about Absolute Superman, because everyone, talks about the Wonder Woman and the Batman books. And I'm gonna guess because the Superman one's just not as interesting or as good.
Yeah, all he's doing is fighting, the paramilitary of Ra's al Ghul. Who are, pressing miners.
Okay.
And Lois Lane's a military lady in ways that I'll say she's nowhere near as bad, but in the sense that it very much gave me like Devil May Cry anime lady vibes.
Uh-oh.
It's not like she's anywhere near as insufferably vile as that character, but it is just like I don't know if this is the take. And it's just one of those things where I feel like, at least the first volume, it leads very heavily on telling you that, like, oh, this Superman is like, oh, this Clark is, well, he's not Clark because there is no Kent family, because he goes to Earth as a, like, teenager, basically. So he is just Kal-El, which, one of the things I'm not, like, a fan of. Because, I don't know, I think Superman 2025 gets it, in that, you can't, in that the person is Clark Kent. Superman is the mask.
Yeah.
But
I guess
yeah,
that was the best idea they had for how do we make it different? Just make him Cal, I guess. I don't fucking know.
I mean, there could be something in there. It's just, I don't know, nothing I saw really kind of gave that to me. Because it was just kind of doing the whole thing of telling you about his, like, compassion and all of this caring and things. And it's like...
Oh, the telling
not
rather than
seeing
showing.
it. Like, I think, but, like, good examples is things like, Superman saving someone, and they're like, you probably don't remember him, and he does. And it's, you know, someone who tried to, you know, yeah. Or things like, even things like 2025 where he saves the squirrel. It's like little things like that that are so... Or like DCAU where it's like, of course of course Clark Kent believes in Santa.
I love the bit in that episode too when he's trying to look at the presents with his X-ray vision, and they have them lead laced. It's such a fun detail.
But yeah, it's those fun details that give you that sense of like that optimism, that hope, and that sense of this is someone who does just care. And it's just the kind of thing of if you just feel like I don't get that feel from Absolute Superman. Like I got the sense of Wonder Woman being someone who does just have like unconditional love for other people from Absolute.
Yeah,
Woman.
Despite everything she's gone through, she still is Diana.
Yeah, and it just
like
didn't feel like that with Absolute Kal-El. Which, you know, book is still like fine, but I don't know. I wanted a Superman.
You don't
story.
think it has as much of the spirit that the other two have from their source, basically.
Yeah, they're like different overall worlds and origins, but I can still feel I still feel like the DNA of the character that they are representative of is there, and I just didn't feel that with Superman. So, I don't know, I do have Volume 2, so maybe I'll give that, maybe that one will improve once, like, he's actually fighting a villain, that might help.
Hopefully. Because, you know, I would like there to be, I'm jonesing for a Superman book to read, because I'm still waiting for Dan Slott to be off of fucking Superman.
Yeah.
Like Dan Slott. Oh, got him!
Dan, you got him. More like Dan can't write a good book to save his life, Slot. No, I did write the She-Hulk book, and he has gotten away, and he has managed to basically use that to get away with a whole bunch of shit.
Hey guys, I wrote that She-Hulk book. How long was that ago again?
Quite a while.
It looks like there's a way to get up to the next level there.
I'll never not find Superior Spider-Man as... You know, the really funny thing about Superior Spider-Man is it's not even really worth hating, because it's not even, like, in the top 10 list of awful things that Marvel has done.
Honestly, the only reason I even think about it is because of the little personal connection I have with that story now.
Yeah. I mean, outside of, like, as I said, it's not even in the top 10 list of awful things that Marvel has done.
I think, like, if it wasn't for that, it would be one of those things where I would, like, reference it in passing, kind of like Spider-Man giving birth to himself twice. But, like, because of that little layer that Slott himself gave to me, it makes it now, like, that thing that I reference more and punch at more than I otherwise would have.
I guess that's. Oh, I guess funny you mention that because I think that's actually what the angle they're going for. Of what if Peter Parker gives birth to himself again?
Look at the ceiling.
We're doing it a third time?
Shoot through it and make an
Yeah, I
opening.
think they're doing that in the movie.
Finally, a third birth.
Oh no, not the
That
third
means
birthday.
that means they'll do it. That means they'll also do it in the comics again.
Yeah.
There should be a door in
I
that
want a
room.
third birthday. I remember the last third birthday. It ruined Parasite
It
Eve.
must be above you somewhere.
That one wasn't very good.
You can probably see it from the top.
But I've heard they really didn't have a choice.
What? That? Third
Yeah,
birthday? They had a choice.
This time with third birthday, the problem was they were in production to the game before they realized that they didn't own the rights to the original novel stuff anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. They were still using characters. It didn't, like, it didn't mean that they had to have the fucking like 8-year-old girl get brain swapped into Aya Brea's body so she could then shoot her.
They were like that was something they were probably already doing before they
Like-
realized.
No, like no amount of licensing problems would force them to do that because
Yeah.
Aya Brea was owned by Square. They simply chose to go this incredibly fucked up and disturbing route. Because the guy who worked on it is a bit of a creep. I'll say
What?
it.
How could you say something so controversial?
I know, right?
They'll
Really,
get you for
really?
that.
He's about to say something controversial.
I'm gonna say something controversial. The sky is blue. Ah!
Controversial to someone these days.
Probably.
Yeah, I got something controversial. Ronald Reagan was a dogshit president.
Yes. When they do those, like, would you time travel to kill things? I think Ronald Reagan and Thatcher are ones that I would like to take out.
I mean, Reagan was just Trump 0.5.
Yeah, look how that's turned out. I mean, I think all you really would have to do with Ronald Reagan is just like pants him live on stage, and I think that might actually ruin his political career in the 80s.
Looks like there's multiple levels here. I'm picking up reverb
Possibly.
signals from above you. Be careful.
That should be easy. You just remind everyone. You just remind the electorate that they're horribly sexist, and that should do it.
Would we do that a third time?
What, a third woman prime minister? Well, it's gone so well the last 3 times. We're going on 4th. Keep forgetting about old Liz Truss. Probably because she lost to a cabbage.
Be fair, I would like a cabbage as the head of state right about now.
You already have a vegetable. What more do you want?
I think the cabbage would do better.
I think the real question is, will anybody ever actually admit that he's clearly like in mental decline?
No, not until
No.
like he's dead.
Yeah, not until he's dead.
Maybe someone should just finally go. You know, I think I think Grandpa's past his prime.
No, because the entire reason he got elected is because he made fun of Biden for being like that. So you know,
Yeah, with the massive age gap of 2 years.
they can't admit their massive hypocrisy like that.
Did you hear when he called Gavin Newsom the president of the United States? I thought that was a bit.
Yeah,
Huh?
Spoiler alert, I guess.
yeah. The other day he's like I advised. He's like, yeah, I was advised in a situation by a former president, and then like the 4 former presidents still alive. I was like, well, he didn't talk to me.
There's one president he could have talked to. He could have talked to the 45th president.
So I saw someone make that joke too.
I mean, that could be clever wordplay. I'm pretty sure he just like hallucinated.
Oh no, he thought.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's just a
I'm
lie.
pretty sure he just hallucinated. He was
No.
he was talking to Reagan or something.
No, I'll tell you what it was. He was being talked to by the painting of Andrew Jackson, like the Green Goblin mask. That's clearly what happened.
I think even Andrew Jackson was like, yeah, don't bomb Iran, it never goes well. You want to start a war in the Middle East?
I mean,
Come
real
on.
talk, I don't think Andrew Jackson would like Trump. Let's be fucking real for a second.
I think he liked anybody. You think he was a piece of shit?
He
I don't
was.
think any former president would like Trump.
Washington might. He was big about the slaves.
He did like the slaves.
He really did like having slaves.
He really liked slaves.
It's his favourite pastime. Chopping down cherry trees and having slaves.
You know what? I think I need more slaves.
You know who didn't like slaves? James Madison.
What are you going to say? Abraham Lincoln.
Well, and Abraham Lincoln, but I mean, of the
He was the only one who actually did
and the
that,
founding
Alex.
fathers, I think it was like James Madison or someone who was like very much like we should not have slaves. That's probably gonna bite us in the ass in a few years.
And everyone shouted him down. It was like, no, we should have them. Everyone is free except the people who are owned by us.
We don't want those.
And also the women. We can't let the women. And
Yeah,
the poor,
gross.
frankly. Yeah,
Especially
it's
the
the land
poor.
of the- It's the land of the free, but you know, as long as you're as long as you are a landowner and white.
I mean, if you remember, like at least I know this, like the revolution was started by wealthy landowners because they were mad over taxes that they had to pay. Not taxes like, you know, like if realistically Sabo or you or I were alive back then.
Yeah. Oh no, we have to pay taxes to fund our government that provides all of these goods and services. What an outrageous concept.
Like learning more about it makes it so funny to me.
Looks like even if the Reaverbots are defeated, the door still won't open.
I mean, I think it's like most revolutions where the excuse is to say taxes or whatever, but the reality is it's just nicer to call yourself a head of state than to just be a member, just to be a local governor or whatever. That's where I think a lot of other people who have ambitions of secession from whatever unions or states or whatever are really about. It's less of I want my people to be free or I want like these freedoms or independence, and it's more I want to be able to put on the big hat and say I am the king, but not the king.
Basically, somebody wrote an article the other day. It was like all I've discovered from everything I've seen is that the only people that hate power are people that are just angry because they don't have it.
Yeah.
And then everyone would turn into a tyrant if offered control of the world within an hour.
Probably.
Of course,
I mean,
he also went on to say that the human race is an abomination and we should all die. But
it's not, okay. So he's spitting fire, is what you're saying.
yeah.
I mean, it's the inherent problem, right? Of the reality, I think, is that man is inherently good. You know, the average person is good. But the problem is that good people don't tend to rise up or rise up to positions of power because the systems are inherently designed to benefit those who either have no morals or morals that are very easily to corrupt. Like, take the electoral system, for instance, right? Like, you can't just be you can't just run on principles. You need money. You need a lot of money. And where do you get that money? From donors and backers. Now, maybe you can be the sort of person like Mumdani, where you can actually get a grassroots campaign going where it's just from donations from the common people, the people you're meant to represent. That's not what most people do, though. Most people get their money from lobbyists or PAC or, or PACs or from, donors who just give you this money out of the goodness of their heart, and there'll be no reason that they'll expect some return on their investment in the forms of, legislation that benefits them directly. You have groups that pay fuckloads of money to make sure that people will vote one way or the other, with the threat being that if they don't vote that way, they will rescind all of that money. And suddenly you can't be in power. And for a lot of people, they'll think, well, okay, I need to dance with this devil so I can do the actual good things I want to do. Maybe it's okay that we allow for insurance companies to run rampant with people's lives if it lets me provide the tax breaks I want for the lower, or increase taxes for the upper classes, which they don't do because, well, then they also have lobbying powers. It's a system that is inherently rigged to make sure that people who actually do have principles and morals never actually get anywhere. Because all it
get these
takes
fucking Reaverbots into these fucking pits.
Because all it ever really takes is one bad apple to spoil the bunch.
Yeah.
Like, say you need to have unanimous consent on something. Well, what happens if someone buys a vote? And so I always think of like the FIFA thing for the World Cup, where they admitted that Qatar won the World Cup like 4 years ago, because someone literally bought a vote, but their response was it didn't matter because that's only one of the necessary 13. It's like, that's not the point. The point is you literally can prove that one of the votes was bought for, which means that all of the votes could have been bought. But FIFA is an evil, corrupt organisation where every member of FIFA should die horribly, so, swings and roundabouts, really. Yeah, it's like inherently bad systems that are designed to be bad to punish people who want to change them. And of course, the age-old thing of nobody's going to reform an electoral system that gets them in power, because that's how they got in power in the first place.
Yeah. Even from what I heard, apparently Mamdani's even started, like, cozying up with the NYPD, so...
Well, yeah. Because these groups also make it incredibly difficult to enact any kind of reform, any kind of, like, meaningful reform or change, because it's not in their interest. It's not as if they don't know that these things are problems, they just simply don't want to do anything about it. It's like once again, healthcare. Everybody knows in America it's a fucking problem. But God forbid is anybody gonna actually want to do anything about it. So you just sit there and you go, well, it sure is a shame that, like, drug companies charge exorbitant prices for their drugs on insane markups, especially when a lot of their research is subsidized anyway. And and healthcare is so expensive that literally preys on people who need it. It preys on people because, more often than not, it will be the poorer masses who need to use a hospital more than the rich upper classes. So it's a system inherently designed to put people with massive amounts of debt and screw them over. All for this. But nobody actually wants to do anything about it because, well, they're not incentivized to do anything about it. I mean, sorry it's not funny, it's just sad and true. You figured out how to get them in the hole yet?
Something about bonking their heads on the corners, so I'm trying to, like, kite them over to the corners.
Bonk! How are you so
fucking
bad?
Chase me. Oh, this is fucking irritating. Oh my god. These fucking elephants just...
You seem to be struggling there.
Yeah, Last one of them.
So how are you, Sebo?
I think I'm getting sick with something.
That's bad.
Yeah. It is, isn't it?
Where's the good news?
There is no good news.
Oh. What a shame.
Yeah.
It literally stopped before the corner. What the fuck is this shit? This is retarded. I hate it.
An elephant never forgets how to piss you off.
Fucking hell.
So you finished Daybreak 1, right?
Hold on.
I'm basically right at the final stretch. I just haven't had the time to sit down and finish it because I know it's going to be like 2 hours with the cutscenes.
Yeah. Are you at Pandemonium or are you about to do Pandemonium?
Yeah, I'm about the point where we start Pandemonium, but
then you got Pandemonium and then you got the actual final boss.
yeah, and then I'm done.
And then you can finally play Daybreak 2.
Finally.
Or you can skip it. Up to you. You're not a real dad.
Well, I've acquired an end game save, so I decide I'm going to play Daybreak, and if it's painful, I'm just going to skip to the end because I heard the end is the only thing that matters.
Yeah, basically. But then you miss out on Yuri Lowenthal.
Oh, it's true. I think I've heard him enough. I was actually rewatching his bits from Ruby the other day.
Oh no, why? Why would you put yourself through Ruby again?
I don't know.
It was over, Sabo. You won!
It just made me angry. I was like, man, I'm still mad at how this turned out.
You've already won!
I like to drop in every once in a while to, you know,
Okay.
mock them.
Hold on, let me get one of these.
I've come to the conclusion that Ruby is now Robotech. And by that I mean
Huh?
they're going to say something is totally coming, but nothing is ever going to come. They're just... Because, like, the other day they had like, some kind of stream with, like, the voice actors that were just, like, you know, playing around.
There
And
we
then they're
go.
like, oh yeah, Volume 10 is totally coming. And then there was, like, some thing they were trying to hawk. So it's going to be like Robotech, where they're going to constantly have people chase the stick of more material while they try and rip them off with half-assed merchandise. That's what I believe is the future of Ruby.
Yeah, you've won.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what they
How does
deserve.
it feel?
I mean, it doesn't feel great because everyone is still optimistic. I want them broken. I want them to feel despair.
This isn't how I wanted it.
I mean, it's sort of how I wanted it, but at the same time, you know, there's so much optimism and hope in the fan base. It must be crushed. They must despise Ruby like I do. The only way I will get closure.
Ruby fan asking Saber, what did we ever do to you? And Saber's like, you
Everything.
You were born.
No, they were very insulting to me when I was actually part of the fan base and giving constructive criticism, and the response is silence. You. This is genius. Everything they've done is genius, and they are great.
And then you became a supervillain.
Yeah, they were my supervillain origin.
Maybe you should join like the Amazing Digital Circus fan base so you can relive that magic.
Oh yeah, the fan base is terrible there.
Yeah.
They are illiterate as fuck. Maybe,
Yeah,
hey guys, have you guys considered, like, when you're watching the show, rather than, like, scrolling on your phones and going on TikTok, watching the show and paying attention?
Ah, yeah. It's one of those interesting things when people tell me, like, you know, I want to get into this, but the fan base upsets me. It's like, you could just not...
Just ignore them.
You can
Yeah.
just not engage with them. Like,
Yeah.
it's actually very easy. There's plenty of stuff where I'm sure the fan base is insufferable that I watch or have seen, and then I watch and go, it's all right. And people tell me, you know, the fan base that sucks. I'm like, there's a fan base.
Like, okay, that's nice. Anyway.
Very yeah. Well, that's bad. Anyway, I'll keep doing I'm gonna do my own thing. Thanks.
But don't you know they're bad? Okay, and this is still something I like. I don't care. They're
Wow,
over
fan
there, I'm over here. They can eat shit. I don't care.
Wow, a fan base that sucks. Never seen that before. Anyway, back to Transformers.
Truly innovative. And Transformers especially. They never did anything wrong in their lives.
Thankfully, they have, for the most part, evolved into the next stage.
Like, the only thing I'm willing to talk about fan bases are like when you find like the little differences that make them kind of funny in different ways, and that's about it. They're all shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Sonic fans and always having their own OC, the blank.
Like, I think like because of Mario and Sonic, the biggest difference I noticed is that Sonic fans are very nitpicky over like stupid shit like, oh, his quills didn't go up just the right way when he transformed into Super Sonic. And then like Mario fans, like you could like Nintendo can kick them in the teeth over and over again. They'd be like, I love it.
There's two types of Mario fans. The ones who played the games when they were a child, and then there's the ones who wanted to see Bowser and Peach hook up. That's it. No notes.
Bowser and Peach hook up. That's fucking funny.
I mean, you think it's a joke, but it's true.
Oh, I believe it. I just think it's funny.
Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you can just judge a fan base by how horny they are for whatever crack they're pairing.
Who would want something so horrific? Doesn't make sense.
Yes, horrific. I just want to get this out there. I don't care if that's what people are into.
Yeah, I don't
or
actually
want.
give a shit.
Like, you do you, buddy.
Yeah, I can't be arsed to give a fuck.
Said it before. I'm not actually about kink shaming.
Out loud.
But that's the thing that always fucking that actually does. Well, I mean, it's actually kind of a thing that does sort of piss me off when you get like people who like discover vor or whatever, and it's like, oh, and then like, oh, I think it's weird. It's like, well, I mean, it's a fetish. It's, you know, maybe it's weird, but it's something that gets someone off, and as long as it's not like actually hurting anybody, like, who gives a fuck, right? Like
is
trying
it
to
weird?
kink shame-
Yeah, but whatever.
But like all fetishes are weird, right?
Yeah.
That's why
I
they're
think it's
fetishes.
funny though that we finally moved the dial from feet to that. Like, oh, you guys finally figured out there was stuff that's way like weirder than being like, man, I just like a part of a human body. Okay.
I just find it wild when people get on their high horse about, oh, well, I think this kink is weird and gross. And it's like, I mean, maybe, but I'm sure there's some shit you're into that other people think's weird and gross.
Probably.
You cis het piece of shit. You want to have sex with a woman? What are you, gay?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that's
pretty
all-
much. That's
It
pretty
makes you
much-
think. Well, some people also do weird shit where they're like, you can only be attracted to this character if you're the right gender or some weird shit. And I'm like, they're a fictional character, they're not real, bro.
Yeah.
Relax.
Like,
What I think is funny is also like I see like one post people like, oh, this person's such a gooner, what the hell? And then I'll like see them post and like, oh man, I want this character to just fucking step on me, kill me, crush me. It's like, bro, you were literally the same. Just relax. Both of you, you chill.
yeah, I do. All hypocrites. So it's a matter
Yeah.
of this is my kink, so it's okay. But other people's kinks, oh no.
It's only okay if I'm the one doing it.
Yeah. And I do think it's kind of funny as like people get progressively just more horny on main. How these goalposts keep shifting.
Yeah.
As I said, I ain't gonna judge people for what they're into as long as it's, you know, not any of the actual illegal stuff.
You do
I mean,
you.
I'll judge.
Look,
them,
I don't
so
care.
I like judging
I,
people.
and I don't really. And also, like, if it's like two adults like fucking, I don't care what's going on between two consenting adults. Let them do whatever. I don't give a shit. It's not. I'm not involved.
Yeah.
I don't actually have a problem, but I will judge you anyway because I like judging people.
Have you thought about becoming a judge?
Yeah, but
For what?
I'm not smart enough for that.
I'm sorry,
Neither
have you
most of the
seen some
judges.
Sorry, have you seen some of the conservative judges and lawyers out there?
Yeah, but you actually have to, like.
Did you see the guy who got disbarred because he used ChatGPT to source a case that didn't exist?
Yeah, but you have to go through law school for that, and I don't think I can handle law school or any school ever again, to be honest.
Yeah, fair. What about the School of Hard Knocks?
Every school
Also-
is the school of hard knocks.
Wait, but what if you could go back to school, but it's an anime school, so you have, like, the student council that can, like, actually have you murdered because you have an untucked shirt?
No, I don't think I want to go to anime school either.
Damn.
Because every time I play or watch something with anime school, I'm just like, this is all falsehood. This school is terrible. Don't try to confuse me with your lies. School wasn't this fun. You actually have friends? What's this?
Well, if only young Sabo could know he grew up to have great friends like me and Dan. Anyway, I fucking hate you.
Fucking die.
I mean, that was the part. I'm used to that by now.
Oh, Dan, he's used to our bullying.
I mean, I was bullied by my actual friends in school, so like I've just developed a tolerance to bullying.
Oh, I'd kick the shit out of them if I'd have seen that for you. Buddy.
Nobody understood me.
I understand you.
Nobody
weren't there.
knows what it's like
You weren't there, man.
to be the bad man. To be the Batman!
Nobody knows what it's like to be the Batman.
It was like, this Kamen Rider thing I found out looks really cool, and they were like, this just looks like Power Rangers. You're gay. Then I started keeping my likes to myself.
Homo!
I mean, it wasn't even homo. It was just that's gay. That's gay. Everything.
Oh yeah,
because
because back then everything was gay.
It wasn't even like actually homosexual. It was that was just.
Oh yeah, if someone didn't like something they thought stupid, they would say gay.
That was just a thing for bad.
Yeah, I remember. I was there too. We're all old here.
Back in my day, we called. Back in my day, we were woke. We called everything gay.
I'll have to remember that one.
Would that be dark woke these days? I don't know.
I think it's what they call dark woke these days.
What is dark woke?
What is
what is?
I don't know.
What is woke anyway? But especially what is dark woke?
What is a man?
Is that just people who who don't want to be racist and want to be racist homophobes, but want to seem cool and edgy because I don't know, calling yourself dark. There's only one guy who I think could call himself dark woke and be cool, and it's Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, I mean, if he said it, I'd be like, damn, he's still the coolest. Anyone else who says it?
Oh god, that just reminded me. So you know the whole Shadow the Hedgehog I like Latino Sonic bit?
Yeah.
Don't worry, because Nintendo fans aren't good at making memes. They decided to do their own where they had Yoshi but with Asian girls.
Stolen a meme, have they?
Yeah. I mean, think about it this way. What is the last Mario meme you can think of?
The Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 release on Switch 2.
That's not a meme.
Oh, it's not? They were serious? Fuck.
No, it was real. It was also $60.
Damn, I thought it was
a
great bit. I thought, man, top quality.
Nah, it wasn't a bit.
$60 for these two games that are 20 years old.
Neither was $20 for a singular language of a ROM of Pokemon. Sorry.
Damn. Mario meme. When did Do the Mario come out?
That's an old one.
Oh, actually, is it actually the fucking YouTube poop Mama Spaghetti?
Mama Luigi!
I'm sure there are some fucking
Dead?
I'm sure there are some fucking Mario heads out there who are like, actually, I made this sick Mario meme, and it's just the fucking Drake meme again, because that's all people like to make. The one where it's just that good thing, bad thing. It's like, wow, so original, so cool, so interesting. Man, tax the brain to think of that level of comedy genius.
Or like the thing where it's like, name opinion that gets you like this, insert image of character being held up in some way.
At least when we make memes, they go hard, like 9/11, man.
The door is showing signs of increased activity. It looks like it's responding to the key.
I mean, everyone I've talked to actually likes the concept of 9/11 man. It's so horrible it crosses into funny.
Good luck.
Watch out, Mega Man! It's the brand new Robot Master, 9/11 man. And
now here's a question about his gun. Does he shoot lemon-sized planes, or is it like plane-sized planes?
It's lemon-sized planes.
Okay.
Yeah, he just shoots jet fuel.
Well, that's just Oil Man then.
Well,
No,
I mean, it burns, but he's fine because just.
You don't understand how we're struggling with this content. It is the two towers with googly eyes that opens up like a window and shoots out planes.
Da 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 da.
Like that's the bit. Oh. It is the natural evolution from Bomb Man and Napalm Man.
I feel like there's a step in between there that we missed.
Yeah, probably Hiroshi Man. Oh,
I mean,
man,
I was gonna
one.
say terrorist man, but I mean, there's Flame Man, so there's that.
I'm going to hell for that one.
Actually, there's never been a nuclear robot master, has there?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Don't fall off, Mega Man.
Probably because the fight with him wouldn't last very long.
I think I can
True.
think of two.
Also,
I think
hi,
I can
Jenny.
think of two
Hello,
reasons
chat.
why there's not a Oh, hey. Yeah, I can think of two reasons why there's not a nuclear man.
I can't figure it out, right, Albert Wiley?
I mean,
Oh,
I was
actually-
just
actually-
referring to like a robot that shoots nukes, and I was like, well, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the second you fired off a nuke in a closed Mega Man style boss room, that would just be the end of that entire level. The man and the robot master.
Oh, wait, I thought of a third reason. Fukushima.
Fukushima
Castle
did.
Oh, 4. Castle Bravo, because the fisherman's got horribly irradiated. Yeah, I can kind of see why Japan has a negative view of nuclear materials, actually. Funny, that.
That is weird.
I mean, Daybreak had a nuke. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it wasn't nuclear, but they kept calling it a nuke.
Nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear.
They were like nuclear weapons, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's like some kind of super science thing because I don't think nuclear energy exists in your world, but they kept calling it a nuke. I guess it was like some kind of translation error.
Probably. I think it's like I don't think they explained it's like a theoretical science thing. I guess because in a world where you have the augments, you don't need to split the atom for energy.
No, I mean their nuke was just this spear thing that like you hit with a sword and it would explode, and that's the nuke.
That's the nuke.
You have a 30% chance of dying from it yourself. This okay because he liked those odds.
Yeah, you can teleport.
But even with the teleport, he had a 30% chance of dying, but he's like, I like those odds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he actually can't have outrun it with the teleport, but you know, that's just me.
Well, he did.
What do I know about nuclear physics?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he could teleport. You could outrun a nuclear blast because you could like.
Yeah, if you could
teleport.
trigger it fast enough. Do you have any idea how fast like the blast is coming at you? Especially if you're like at the fucking epicenter.
I mean,
It's kind of like
Yeah.
the meme people were throwing around of could Usain Bolt outrun the pyroclastic flow at Pompeii. It's like obviously not. No. It's traveling like 500 miles an hour.
yeah, but I mean, we're talking about teleportation. If
Yeah,
you
you
could-
still need to have time to trigger it.
Well, I mean, we don't know how his teleportation works.
Clearly there must have been some time frame where it would have to trigger because even he was like, yeah, I have like a 30% chance to just die here. Anyway, I'm not
Well, I
I
entirely...
mean, I don't know
fucking
because
dead.
every time somebody teleports in trails, they always like dramatically twinkle there for like 30 seconds so they can monologue.
yeah, but
They
talking's a free
they don't just do an electrical beast and go teleport. That's a shame.
I mean, talking is a free action.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
they
you're
just
right,
hover there. They summon the teleportation circle, hover there, and then talk about how this didn't actually affect their plan or how they were actually holding back. And
It's like
if they were really trying, they'd win. Or like, hey, that was a great fight, but you're not going to
It's like-
stop anything.
It's like Dragon Ball or JoJo, where you just kind of have to accept that talking doesn't count. I can stop time for 5 seconds, which luckily this monologue takes 30 seconds.
Wait, hold on a minute.
At least Dragon Ball has...
What if Dio can't count?
I mean, Frieza can't count.
I mean,
How's the mod-
I mean, unless you're in X8.
Yeah, but that's because he doesn't have like a time limit on how long he can pause for. He just chooses to press or unpress the
No,
button.
I was referring to how Kuroto had the thing that made him invincible for 10 seconds and spent like 7 of those monologuing about how genius he was to create a thing that could resist the time stop for 10 seconds.
I mean, on brand for Kuroto. Let's be
I
fair.
think it's on brand for Kuroto. I'm just saying that was the first time like a monologue actually counted because He decided to spend most of the time he had being immune to the time stop, bragging about what a genius he was.
And isn't it funny that like Kuroto was like such a big like actual villain and serious villain, and then he just became this weird meme character?
It is weird, especially because in the first episodes he was portrayed pretty seriously.
Yeah, like up until, I mean up until his like first death, but for real death. He was treated as a pretty serious threat, and then as soon as he joined the good guys, he's suddenly a wacky weirdo.
It's always funny when that happens to a character.
But then he became evil again, but he was still a wacky weirdo.
Yeah, and then it was like, but is he really evil? It's like, yes, but he's less evil than these other evil assholes. Be interesting to see what they're gonna do now that we've had. Oh yeah, Zet's the current Kamen Rider pulled that it was all a dream halfway through the show.
Oh yeah. Like his dream prediction powers were so good that the first half of the series was just him doing a dream prediction.
What would happen? So he dies in the dream and wakes up back at episode 1. It's one of those assholes where I'm like, I'm not sure if it's genius or dog shit, but I'm kind of in for. I'm like, I don't know if this is good or bad. Because he immediately like recruits every ally he gathered by just being like, "Hey, we're friends. I know all your dark secrets." Anyway, here's a clip show. But and then
and like he recruited the one guy who was like his arch enemy by being like, "Hey, you were right, but before you go off the deep end and do anything stupid, let's work together."
And he got and he's maybe going to team up with the Purple Ranger from King Oja if they don't kill her again.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time.
So, with the dungeon done, I'm probably gonna try to grind off camera for more money to further upgrade my butt.
It is almost 4 o'clock, so that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. I'm not gonna start the next. Cause if I go to the Sulphur Bottom, there's gonna be like, I think there's like, there's a lot of cutscenes. At least one boss fight that I remember, and then there's more cutscenes. And then it's basically like, setting up for the final dungeon, and that's pretty much it. So this is where we're going to stop for today.
It's over. Time to leave.
There's probably like, depending on how fast I can get through that part in the last dungeon, we might have like 1 or 2 more streams of this game.
What are you gonna play after that?
I'm not sure. There's a couple of games I keep thinking about, but I'm not 100%.
We should play a Tales game and annoy Train.
I mean, that's fine with me, because, as is always the case, we will just not talk about the game that we're actually playing. So, even though you talk about Tales, like, once every, 3 months,
or
we not talk about it.
Or we can play Trails of Cold Steel and Dan can lose his mind.
Yeah, true. And then we won't talk about it.
And we still won't talk about it. We'll just talk about Dan losing his mind.
We'll talk about whatever, dumb bullshit.
I don't think I want to buy that. Anyway, if I did Tales, I'd probably do Exilia, because I've been wanting to replay that. But there's a couple of things I've thought about. I've thought about maybe doing Sly Cooper and actually playing that for the finally.
I will say before that though, a funny story how you were talking about how a season is not enough, or you need to have, it can't just be the, how you get through a season to get to the good part is unfortunate, or it is not recommend. Sly 2 is way better than Sly 1. Sly 1 is fine, but Sly 2 is just way better.
I mean that's fine. I mean, when it comes to the fucking 2 games I just did, I think 1 is really, I think 1's good, but 2 is so much better for Legends. But that's one of the ones. One of the other ones I'm thinking about is possibly maybe the original Metal Gear, Solid, the original PS1 version. So I haven't played that in a very, very long time. Every time I've replayed it, I've replayed the remake, so I'm I kind of want to maybe go back and play the original one again.
Neat.
But we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling, because also, first I got to beat this game. I might do a smaller game before, since doing 1 and 2 back to back are fairly long together. They're not long separate, but together they're long. So, yeah. Time to leave.